Hey, welcome back to Benno's Kitchen. Today, lamb shanks, winter's best, my favourite. Right, what we got here, guys? Couple of good size of the fresh lamb shanks. I think grain fed. I think I got them from the butchers. Plenty of meat on there, hardly any fat, which is good. Got some nice chunky onion bits there, some celery, some stock, fresh rosemary. I've just taken out of the garden. Can't have lamb without rosemary or thyme, even garlic. It all goes well. So I've pre-done those lamb shanks in salt and pepper and a sprinkle of dried thyme, because I don't have any thyme at this stage. We've all got thyme, just kidding. Right, some rosemary, so that will go in the pot. Got some garlic ready to go. Got some sea salt. So we've got that hot, bit of hot. I've put a bit of olive oil in there, so we've got that really hot. So bring that heat up again, warm that oil up. Then we're going to put the shanks in the pot and probably just brown up for probably maybe about 5 to 6 minutes, just so they're sealed, or just seared, should I say, not sealed, just seared enough. Take them out, cool them down. I'm going to show you the rest of the ingredients. Other from that, here we go. Alright, this is where the magic happened, guys. Good dollop of sea salt. Right, there you go. We need some tongs. That oil is hot, so it's going to splatter. Take those shanks. There they go, nice and hot. Number 2. So I think that's just brown them up. We'll coated them in salt and pepper and just dried thyme. Or you can use herbs, oregano, but thyme and rosemary go well. Alright, we are cooking with gas. Okay, so leave that plate there. We may need that. Actually, we may not. We can put that over there. Give us more table space. So we're just going to brown them up. It is on high. Lamb shanks, my favourite. I haven't done them in a while. I don't know, just do other dishes, I guess. But I thought today, I haven't had lamb shanks, slowly cooked lamb shanks in a red wine broth. Can't go wrong, guys. If you haven't had lamb shanks before, easy to do. I might even leave the method in the description below. Help you guys out. Wow, that's hot. This is my stainless steel pot, oven safe. Alright, so that is on high, so just keep that on high. You just want to brown it. That's what you want to do. We're not cooking it, we're just browning it. Just so they start to lightly brown. And don't forget, guys, we're going to use the same pot. She's smoking a bit, so probably just going to turn that halfway now. Got the old exhaust fan on, so a little bit smoky. And yes, I am using the GoPro. No longer using the phone. I do occasionally use the phone actually for my shorts. Yeah, it's alright. Anything works. Anything's a bit of content, right? Oh damn, these smell really good. There's nothing best to sell smelling lamb cooking. My favourite, lamb and pork. I'm hoping to do a lamb on the spit very soon. For the price of lamb, we all know, whatever state, country, world you're in, we all know the cost of living, especially when it comes to meat. I think the most expensive meat would be lamb. Alright guys, so they're just about to brown up, as you can see. You don't want to burn them. Right, once they're done, I'll show you the next method. Right guys, so I've just taken them off the heat. Just going to cool that down. And what we're going to do, don't clean up all the flavours from the lamb. You want to keep that in that pot. That's where you're going to cook the other ingredients, and you cook your broth and your red wine. I'll show you as we go step by step. You want to just maybe just add a little bit extra. I'll put a bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Just mumbling my words out. Reuse that pot. Comes up all the flavour for the meat. So let's get cracking. Right, there goes the carrot. There goes the onion. Oh yeah, the flavours are going. Then goes that celery. Alright guys, and the crushed garlic. Don't forget to crush that in the back of your knife as well. Fresh garlic, you know the trick. When you crush that just in the back of the knife, it just releases all those flavours from the clove. Alright, so we go cooking. All that flavour from that pre-cooked lamb we've had in there. So that's just on low. What else? Right, gonna put in some tomato paste and some crushed tomatoes. So we've put in the crushed tomatoes and in the paste. So the tomato paste, all you want is basically just a good 2 tablespoons worth. Alright, let's give it a nice gentle stir on low heat. You can smell the flavour. Beautiful. Put the tomatoes. We're not going to whack in the rosemary just yet. What we will do though is we've got to put it in the stock, and I do have my collection of wine. Yes, I do love my red wine. I've got some Shiraz here. That is the cheapest stuff actually, so I have gone to the local bottle. So it's just the big and bold. It's a Shiraz 2020. It's pretty good if you actually drink it. I've tried some really nasty red, but I have some really nice Barossa reds here. Pepper Jack. I've got a Matthews Road. And then I've got a Grand Barossa Shiraz 2021. You definitely don't want to waste them for cooking. So if anything guys, you just want to use just a cheap red wine. Just go to your bottle and say you're going to use it in a spag or some Shanks or whatever, make a broth. $6, whatever, good for cooking. But I'm sure if you want a hangover and a good headache the next day, yeah, you can probably polish off a good $6 bottle of red. I've seen some people do it. So, all right, back to cooking. Let's get that stock in. Right, in goes the stock. Good 2 cups worth. Just beef stock. People have used chicken. But why use chicken on lamb? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, alright, so that's now turned into a nice liquid, which you want. You do not want it dry, because this has to go in the oven for at least 2.5 to 3 hours on slow. On slow? Did I say slow? On slow or on low? Gee, I've only had 1 glass of red today. It is really getting to me. Wow. Okay. We're going to put in some magic red and let the broth do its job. So basically, I normally use 2 cups, or sometimes you can use 2.5. I'm going to use 2 cups. I've seen people use 2.5 to 3 cups of red. Which is quite a lot. So I'm going to pour that in there very slowly, and don't worry guys, it shall be children safe because you're cooking out the alcohol. If you're not a big fan of red wine, or you can't have any alcohol even though you do cook it out, You don't have to. You can just use chicken stock, beef stock. Okay, so I'm going to use two cups of red, which I think is plenty. Now we're just going to keep that on probably medium to low heat and just keep stirring. And just in a sec, we're going to put those lamb shanks in here. Bring this to the simmer actually, then put the lamb shanks in, give them a good stir, and straight in the oven. Smell that red, beautiful. I do love my red. Like I said guys, if you're not a fan of red wine, you don't have to. Oh, the magic. Throw that rosemary in, straight in, just like that. Are you crazy, Benno? Of course I am. Because all that flavour from the rosemary vines, well, I only just took out of the garden probably half hour ago before I started cooking. Gave them a quick wash. Yeah, the flavour is unreal. Anything with lamb, I use rosemary, garlic and thyme. And olive oil, of course. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's put that on medium heat. Don't have to keep stirring it, just occasionally. Right guys, this is where the magic happens. So carefully get these shanks without dropping them. One, two. Make sure they are pretty submerged. Wow. Really muffling my words today. Okay, yeah, we're going to bring this to almost to the boil, right? So we're going to turn the heat up. Yeah, about there. If not, bring it high as possible. Oh yeah, you can really smell that broth. All that flavour. Alright guys, once that comes to the boil, I'll show you what's next. Alright guys, the shanks came to a boil, now it's in the oven. Stick them on for about probably 180 degrees for about 2 to 2.5 hours. And just check maybe once an hour passes, check, take the lid off, give it a quick stir, you know, put the lid back on, back in the oven, and then about 2.5, maybe 2 hours and 20. Just check the meat. Once it starts falling off the bone, you will know it's so tender and juicy. You'll know she's done. Take it out, cool it down. Then I'll show you how to thicken up the sauce or the broth, which is obviously the best part to pour over the shanks. You don't have to. You can just use the liquid what's in there, but I like a bit of a thick broth. So I'll show that. Yeah, when it's done. See you when it's well, time to bring those shanks out. The shanks have just about finished. What I've done, I've just taken out, I've just drained some broth. So obviously put the vegetables back into the pot. So I've got some of the broth here. I'm just going to thicken up, so just on medium heat. And once that comes to a bit of a simmer, keep stirring. That should thicken up. Then you pour that straight onto the shanks. Dinner is served. Oh yeah. And then I learnt my lesson, obviously, not to pick up a hot steaming lid that's been in the oven for at least 2 hours. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Yeah, a bit of a burnie, but hey, got to burn yourself in the kitchen. It's all part of being a cook. Gotta have the burns. Right, get that to the simmer. Don't forget, use the other mitts to take out, to take off the lid. Don't know why I picked up the lid. It was back over here, and I was gonna pick it up and put it back on the pot. Oh, what did I think of that? It was like been in the oven for like at least an hour or 2 hours. No, it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes max. Anyway, it's worth the pain. Right. Next time you see me, guys, it should be on the plate. And on goes the sauce. A bit hard with one hand. That's burning like a mofo right now. But who cares? It's worth the, definitely worth the Shanks. I might have to go. Get a spoon. There you go. Use a ladle. There you go. That'll work. And obviously a bit of mashed potato I pre-made as well, with chives and parsley. Now that will go back in that. Yeah. Reuse that. Look at that, guys. Doesn't that look divine? Now that will just fall off the bone. It's so tender. Just a quick add-on as well. All this broth, a lot of people most probably throw that out. What a waste. That can be used for another, obviously you can make another lamb shanks. You don't need to make your broth, it's already there. Or the best dish I've ever made with a sauce like that is pasta. Not ravioli, just spiral, or any type of pasta, doesn't matter. But you put that with a pasta dish with the flavour from the lamb cooking, and you got the broth and the red wine's already cooked out, and all your vegetables. It's absolutely divine. Yeah, saves you throwing all that ingredients out. Nothing wrong with it. So just let it cool down, put it in a container, put it in the freezer. It's fine. When you're going to make a meal, thaw it out, make your pasta, add it with your pasta dish. Bellissimo. Right, guys, till next time. See you then. Signing out.